Hello class, my name is Karine Molel and welcome to my final project for the class Natural Language Processing AI 400. And to start, I will start with the Bellevue College website and showing you the policies and procedures. The motivation of this project is that students are often needing to navigate through long institutional policy documents to find specific information about tuition fee, tuition refunds, parking permits, or student code of conduct. These documents are usually lengthy and it's difficult to find what the student is looking for. The key search do not capture the semantic meaning, and students may misinterpret the policies if context is missing. So there is a need for a system that retrieves relevant sections and explains them clearly in a natural language. And for that, I created BCPolicyPal using a web interface, Streamlit, and this NLP assistant uses RAG pipeline. So I'll go ahead and ask a few questions. For instance, how do parking permits work? It takes a little bit of time to search, but it gives a pretty good answer, and it's not very lengthy compared to the one that we saw here in the parking and traffic. So it goes through the types, special types, the refunds, important rules and missing details, which I made this assistant to not hallucinate because RAG is helping with that. So it does not, if the detail is missing because of the training data, it will just say that the available documents do not have this and that. So for more details, contact Bellevue College Policy Safety, Public Safety, or check official Bellevue College website. And it also gives the source of the context. So I will ask a different question. If I got into a fight with my fellow students on campus, which I'm not planning to do, but I was just curious to see this on campus. Will I be terminated from school? So the workflow for this NLP assistant is that the PDF are extracted from Bellevue College website. They get chunked. The text extraction happens and then they get chunked, and then the embeddings, and then converted into embeddings by the sentence transformers, and then stored in ChromaDB as vectors, and then the open API that I'm using as large language retrieval model gets the vector search from the ChromaDB and spit out the grounded answer. So the answer came out, short answer, not automatically, but it also explains that this action is prohibited, and the policy did not say what a fight automatically results into termination, but also follow up for more details on the official Bellevue College website, and it went to retrieve from the BC students' conduct, because fighting and on campus violates the Bellevue College students' conduct. So the data processing works is that the policy, I only had 5 Bellevue College policies. I could not get all of them because there are so many. There are like 100 of them. So I only got 4, and these policies were extracted as PDFs, and text was extracted using PY PDF. The documents were split into smaller chunks to improve retrieval, and for this project I split them into 500 chunk size, and each chunk was converted into vector embeddings. So embedding models transform text into numerical vectors so that semantically similar texts are located near each other in vector space. And each text chunk is stored with an embedding vector, and when a user asks a question, the system converts the question into embedding. And then ChromaDB performs semantic similarity search to retrieve the relevant policy search. So this step ensures the model answers using relevant context instead of the entire document. So I used the OpenAI model as an interpreter, which interprets the user's question, analyzes the retrieved policy text, and then it generates clear natural language explanation, as we can see here. So with this project, I did few ethical consideration. One, human-centered design, where this NLP assistant help users understand policy by encouraging, but it encourages verification with official sources. So yes, it will not hallucinate, but it will make sure it mentions that please check on the Bellevue College website or contact Bellevue College. And 2 is reliability. because the system relies on retrieval to reduce hallucination. 3 is transparency. The sources are displayed to users. For instance, this and the last question. So the users know which policy to go and search from in Bellevue College website. Accountability is also one of the ethic consideration, because the system clearly states that it's not an official authority website. So in the future, this project could be extended by exposing the policy retrieval system through an MCP server. The vector search component could become a tool accessible to AI assistants, allowing them to retrieve Bellevue College policies dynamically. Instead of the model relying on the static training data, like just 5 of them, it would call the MCP tool to access the most up-to-date policy information. So these projects demonstrate how the modern NLP techniques such as embedding, vector search, retrieval-augmented generation can be used to build practical AI assistants for institutional knowledge systems. Thank you for listening.